What's up, my kings and queens? What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Here we are today with another episode. Here we are live. Thank you for tuning into the Elite King Show, guys. And today we're reading out of one of our favorite books. Y'all know how we do, guys. The Miracle Power of Your Mind by Joseph Murphy. And we are here. Got a pretty cool reading for you guys. And then just going to kind of go over exactly what I read. I believe you're going to like it. I know you're going to like it. It's called The Journey Beyond. Believing in the old concept of reincarnation, think of how many former wives and husbands will be lined up to greet us. Maybe someone might have 1,000,000 wives waiting for him. Wow. And the 22nd of Matthew, it says, therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be of the seven? For they all had her. Jesus answered and said unto them, for in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. The Bible is speaking of mental and spiritual laws. The world takes it literally and thinks because a woman was married to 7 brothers here on this plane, they are wondering whose wife shall she be of the 7, for they all had her or were married to her. It was the custom in those days that if a man died leaving no issue, his brother would marry the widow in order to perpetuate the name. If he died leaving no issue, the next brother would marry and raise up seed, etc. This has nothing to do with physical marriage. It refers to marriage of the mind. Whatever you unite with mentally and accept or believe in a mental marriage, you can have false marriages. For example, you can believe in false idea. You will have children by it. The children will be your health, wealth, business, and social relationships. In other words, the Bible is always talking about a psychological death, meaning you must die to that which you are before you can become what you long to be. That means the old identity gone, new identity present. All right, guys, so that's a great reading. And I love how in the Bible, which I actually got the Bible right here, guys. I love how in the Bible, everything is set up really for you to look within. Everyone and everything are just states of consciousness, emotions, feelings, conscious, subconscious program. Your subconscious. Everything's internal. It was never meant to be out there. Everything's internal. Everything is talking about within. And this breaks it down to a way where if you're not on this esoteric knowledge, if you're not on this I am knowledge, it tends to be what it is, right? But this is why I am actually really happy that I am learning this in this manner and then going back and reading the Bible, because it's easy. It's so easy to just look at the Bible and be like, everything's exterior. It's talking about a wife marrying 7 brothers, and they're literally like in the Bible, like, who is she going to be with in heaven? When heaven is your vision, is your mind, is your mindset. Heaven is now, it's what you visualize here, right? And in the end, a marriage to a female in the Bible really refers to your subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind is feminine and the conscious mind is masculine, the sun and the moon. So the subconscious mind being the moon and the conscious mind being the sun, male, female, masculine, feminine, sun, moon, day, night. Okay, so what's going on here is that, as we can see, and you know what, I'm going to read a little bit and break it down. So they're talking about reincarnation, okay? It says, therefore in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be of the 7? For they all had her. Jesus answered unto them, for the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are the angels of God in heaven. The angels of God in heaven. God is consciousness, awareness, the observer. What you observe, you are God, okay? That's what consciousness is. You being conscious is God, guys. So God in heaven. Heaven is the right side of your brain, visualization, imagination, going within the kingdom of heaven. So, I believe the quote goes, the scripture goes, as in earth, it be on earth as it is in heaven. Okay, so what's out here on earth comes first from heaven. As above, so below. As within, so without. Okay. Cause effect, heaven, earth. The way it is in earth, or man, I just said it. So you know what I mean, guys. So pretty much heaven is the mind. Okay. The subconscious mind is going within. The heart is also the subconscious mind. Heaven is just the mindset, the visualization, the imagination. Okay. So right here in the angels could refer to states of consciousness, but in all, it's just that perfect visualization, that perfect imagination. Okay. The Bible is speaking of mental and spiritual laws, pretty much what I just said. The world takes it literally and thinks because a woman was married to 7 brothers here on this planet, they are wondering whose wife she will be on the 7, for they all had her and were married to her. But it's not that it's not meaning physical humans. It's talking about you as the male, the masculine, the conscious, married to the subconscious, your conscious, the sun, the moon, united, yin and yang, one, right? So it's your conscious is your thoughts, your subconscious is who you're married to, your feelings, your emotions, your program, okay, your habits, okay? So if it was the custom in those days that if a man died leaving no issue, his brother would marry the widow in order to perpetuate the name. If he died leaving no issue, the next brother would marry her and rise up the seed, etc. This has nothing to do with physical marriage. It refers to marriage of the mind. So they want to connect this story to how back in the day that actually what happened out here in the physical in the 3D is that the husband dies, she marries the next brother, then the next brother, and the next brother. If they keep dying, it just goes on and on. So that was a thing out here in the 3D. Okay. But it's not referring to that. But anyone would think that it is if you're thinking exterior, right? We're going within. You can have, okay, married in the mind. Whatever you unite with mentally, okay. This has nothing to do with physical marriage. It refers to marriage of the mind. We're talking about marriage of the mind. Whatever you unite with mentally, there it is, and accept or believe in mental marriage. You have false marriage example. You can believe in false idea and you will have children by it. The children will be your health, wealth, business, and social relationship. In other words, the Bible is always talking about a psychological death, meaning you must die to that which you are before you can become what you long to be. So every time that the new husband would die, the new brother would die, that was like the old identity dying and then him coming back and then you coming back to a new identity. And the new identity is the marriage. It is the new marriage. So essentially the wife in that scenario means a new program. So it's actually the wife changing all the time. Okay, it's like the new mentality. So it looks like it's the brothers changing, but it's the same male. It's the same man shedding his old identity and then coming back a new identity and marrying that new program, marrying that new heart, marrying his new identity and sticking with it. That means that that new identity, which so that means that you resurrected, your old identity is dead. Your new identity might be wealth, success, prosperity, right? But then you might have fear still there hanging out, right? So then you get rid of that one because you're like, no, I'm going to get the identity that doesn't have fear and has wealth, success, and prosperity. So so that one dies and you get this new identity that has no fear. But maybe now you have fear, prosperity, success, but maybe that new identity has maybe something that might be negative. Can't even think of negative stuff anymore, man. We're thinking so positive all the time. That's fucking good right there. I love that. That's good, guys. That's good. You don't want to think of negative stuff. But we're doing it for class, for a scenario for class, right? So let's say he maybe has a vice he's trying to get rid of, right? So he has prosperity, success, no more fear, but maybe there's a vice or something that's still there, right? So he gets rid of that vice, meaning he gets rid of that identity entirely, brings back the new identity that he brings up, that he resurrects, has still the success, the prosperity, no fear, and then got rid of that vice, right? So really, and then that new identity is the female, is the new subconscious programming. It's the new you, right? So really what's switching it's actually the female. It's the same man, but a new identity emerging every time, right? The subconscious mind is there. Your subconscious mind is there. What dies is your old ego, is your old identity. And then the new identity, the new ego rises. Okay, it's still an ego no matter what. You're going to either have a negative ego or you're going to have a positive ego. You're going to have a ego that makes you, whatever your ego is giving you is what you've asked for. whether it's positive or negative. You've asked for it all, whether it was conscious or unconscious. Your ego is really not. There's a book called Ego is the Enemy. Your ego is not the enemy. Your ego is just doing what you tell it to do. It's just protecting you. It's doing as you say. Your ego is doing as you say. Yes, it's the logical part of the mind, but once again, you can have your ego, your logic, believe that you are magical, that you are consciousness, that you are a manifestator, and that everything goes your way, that everything you touch turns to gold. If that's all you've ever gave your ego doesn't agree with it no matter what. The thing is that you've never gave your ego that. You've never gave your mind that. So now it thinks you're crazy when you try to upgrade and say everything you touch turns to gold. The ego's like, bro, what? For fucking 20-something years, 30-something years, 40 years, depending on your age, you've gave me nothing but shit. This is what you told us this is the normal thing. Everything we touch turns to shit, not to gold. Now you're telling me everything we touch turns to gold? When did this happen? Right? You see what I'm saying? So the ego was always on your side. The thing is, we were unconscious, right? Through what? Politics, TV, government, school, teachers, parents, grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunt, cousins, whatever it might be, television, commercials, music. That programming just flooded in there. Beliefs, identity. The ego is on that side. Your programming is on that side. Everything works together on your favor. So you must consistently stay in that state and be married to a perfection. And how do you do this? First through the way you speak. How are you speaking? Always speak great. Always think greatness. Always speak greatness. Always have greatness conversations. Always select good emotions and feelings. I don't care if you feel like crap, you're sad, you're pissed off. Choose that second I am choosing to be happy. Why you feel pissed off, why you feel sad, why you feel the anxiety, you say, I feel happy. I feel fantastic, because your word means vibration. Words mean future. That's actually what words mean. Your words have power. They're literally vibrations. So it's going into the ether. You're picking that signal. You're not only a magnet and attracting, but you're also a signal sending out. You're catching that signal and you're bringing it back to you. So even though you feel sad, you feel mad, that's a signal that's on you. Get out of that signal and choose a different one. Choose a different one. And that's your word, your vibration. Dude, just do that. You'll feel the vibration on your lips. Frequencies, vibration, energy and motion, emotion. Energy, frequency, vibration, energy, and motion. That means the same emotion that you're feeling, which is emotion, energy, and motion. Your words are also energy and motion, vibrations, frequencies, energy, and motion. It's all one, my people. So use that word. Use those thoughts. Overthink them. Overspeak them. And get rid of them. It's just energy that's processing. Breathe, meditate, do what you need to do. But it's just emotions and feelings that are coming from you identifying with the 3D. Don't beat yourself up. Speak huge. Speak greatness. Remember who you are. Health, wealth, happiness, love, success, abundance, prosperity, and money. Make sure that today you marry success, you marry wealth, you marry prosperity, you marry abundance, and you stick with that. And you say that, and you identify with that, because you are the creator. You are selecting. You are the cause. So what you're experiencing in front of you is a reflection of your past thoughts, your past conversations, your past visualizations. So don't identify with that, because then you redo it again. As you're walking through this 3D, you are the walking future. What is around you has already manifested from your mind. You're a signal. So as you walk, you're walking through the past. But as you're thinking, you're talking, you're creating the future. And there is everything's only happening now, but just for classroom scenario, for the class to understand, this right here is the world, is the past. This is you, the creator. So as you walk, while you're here, you're in the past. That's what's in front of you. But as you walk, as you think, as you visualize, as you conversate, as you speak, the new road is being planted. So look at it as if you're walking into a red carpet. Every time you take a step, that new carpet's unfolding. That step that you take when the carpets unfold is your conversation, your words, your thoughts, your visualizations, and imaginations. This is why you don't conform to the carpet behind you. You create the new carpet in front of you. So you're always being greatness. Everything always goes your way. Everything always works out. No, there's no traffic. You're in traffic. There's no traffic. You're in line. You're last in line. I'm the first in line. The gym was packed. The gym was empty. They gave you a $300 bill. No, it was a $300 check. They gave your friend the promotion. No, they gave me the promotion. But what you're doing is you're creating. Remember, guys, it's not that you're lying. Oh, you could be lying. You're lying. No, you're not identifying with the past. You're identifying with who you intend to be, who you intend to grab, who you intend to experience. I love you guys. Remember who you are. Health, wealth, happiness, love, success, abundance, prosperity, and money. God's in you, God's in me, God's everywhere. God is everything, and we are all that is. Boom. Love y'all.